Hi, this is Ray with Class 5, and I'm here to show you the new workforce phone that your business will be using. This phone on the back comes with 2 network ports, one to the wall, one to your computer. This comes with 2 USB-C ports, one for standard USB headsets, and then you can also use USB Bluetooth dongles so that you can use wireless headsets. And the other USB-C is for future use for future 5G and Wi-Fi adapters. It also comes with a standard headset jack. This is for a wired headset, not for wireless. There is no EHS electronic hook switch option for this phone. You should be using a Bluetooth headset if you want that answer and hang up with a wireless option. Now, this phone comes with a full color screen. On that color screen, you can see the presence and people's names that are shortcuts on your phone, how many concurrent phone calls you can handle, and such like that. From here, you're going to go down to your option buttons here at the bottom. You've got your volume control. You've got your mute option, which works when you're on the handset or you're on speakerphone. You've got the speakerphone option, which goes off hook and hangs up from the same button. This button right here with the circular arrow key, this is your call history key. And so this will show you all of your previous calls that you've received. It'll show you whether you missed the call, whether you made the call. It'll show you the caller ID based on, let's say, the extension, the name extension that called you, or the external caller ID or phone number that called you, along with the date and the time. You can also go into the detail of any one of these calls and it'll give you a little bit more information. And from here, you could also, if you had pushed this call control key, if you pushed it twice, it would have just done a recall of what your last phone call was. Otherwise, you can go down to any of the options down here and just dial it right from here. You don't have to remember what extension they were or anything like that. Next button is the phone book and presence button. Now this button actually shows you a couple of different things. On here right now, it's going to show you every extension that is on your phone system. So if you need to call Kathy Russum at the main office, or you need to call Country Club, one of the Country Club phones, and you don't know what the extension is, just go ahead and scroll through here and you can find it. Okay. If and when you guys end up adding contact lists with basically external callers' phone numbers or cell phone numbers for different people, they will also show up on this list, but these little dots will not show up next to them. Those little dots will color once these phones are registered, and they'll kind of show green for being available, red for being busy, I think it is orange for being away. And so that'll kind of show you the presence of that extension / user. Okay, but external callers will obviously not show that feature, but you'll be able to call those extra calls from in here also. There's also a filter option where you can put them in groups, or even do a search where you can use the ABC functions on the dial pad in order to find somebody. Okay, voicemail is this little mail key, which is kind of traditional. You push on that. It's going to ask for your password, which is the first 5 digits of your standard password. You only have one password for this entire system. So the first 5 digits. And you're in. This shows only one voicemail waiting. All of your voicemails will show up here. Again, they'll show up by the caller ID, name, or number, or the internal name of the extension that called you, along with the date and the time. Again, you can go to info again, and it will kind of show you the actual extension, how long it lasted, and you can actually use the forward option to forward to another user's voicemail box. Otherwise, you can just hit play and go ahead and listen to the voicemail. The transfer button right here. So we're going to show you this in a little bit. But basically, you have the same function as other traditional phones. which means you can either do a supervised or a blind transfer. Supervised means when you push it, you dial somebody's extension and hit transfer again. If you stay on the line, you're going to talk to the person that you want to transfer it to. If they don't want it, then you take the call back. If they do want it, then you drop out of the call. If in a blind transfer situation, you would have just hung up and it would have blind transferred that call to that user, and that would have been that. You wouldn't have known whether they picked up the call or it went straight to voicemail. But either one of those functions is standard in this phone, just like most other phones and what you're used to on your existing phones. The screen. So on the screen, you've got 4 buttons on either side that are programmable by us for you. From here, you can use the arrows left or right, and it goes to a second screen. And on this screen, you've got 8 more buttons that can be programmed for you. So we can put shortcut keys in here, day-night mode options, things like that, or just other representations of other people's phones. Most sites for you guys are going to have shortcut keys for all of the extensions that are at your site, along with reception, Kathy Martin, and Lizeth, so that it's easy to find them. Okay, and all you have to do is basically push their extension and it will just immediately call them. You don't need to know what their extension is or anything else. Along with that, you'll notice that on the bottom here, these 4 keys, what we call soft keys. So they line up with these 4 options on the bottom of the screen. And as you go into different areas, you'll notice that those 4 options change. So those will give you your different functions you can do as you jump from screen to screen to screen, okay? Now, to make a call, it's very, very simple. You can either pick up the handset or you can go off hook with speaker, and then you can dial an extension and hit send. And now it's ringing a phone that's right next to me and you can hear it and I can answer it, okay? You can answer a phone call, again, traditional. You'll see it ringing. If the person actually has a unique icon, which you can do, and upload, you'll actually see their picture or whatever picture they've showed. So you can answer it by lifting the handset or pushing the speaker button. Okay. To transfer a call. So we're going to send a call back over to this phone again. We're going to pick up that call. And then we're going to transfer this call. So I can transfer this call to another extension by hitting transfer 202 and hitting the transfer button again. And that call is gone. So that did a blind transfer, okay? If I take that phone call again, and I hit transfer, I'm going to take that off hook so you can hear this. Put it on speaker, transfer 202.
The person at extension 2.
This would have been a supervised transfer. To finish the transfer,
Please leave your message after the
I can just hit transfer again, and now the call is gone. Okay? So it's basically the exact same as you had before. If you pick up the handset, you answer a call, you hit transfer, you dial the person's extension, and you wait, you will then, the caller will be on hold, and the person you are calling, you'll wait to hear them answer, and you can say, hey, do you want this call or not? If they do want the call, you just hit the transfer button again, and the call is gone off of your phone, and it's now been transferred over to that user. If you don't want to listen, just hit transfer, and the call's gone, and you never had to wait in between. Now, on this system, you're going to have some park keys, which you haven't had in the past. So park keys are a way to put a call on park, maybe let somebody know that's roaming around or that isn't quite at their desk, that they've got a call waiting for them. So instead of holding it on your phone or transferring it to their phone and they run over there to try and get it, you can park the call. So the way that works is I'm going to send a call over to this phone. Okay. I've answered that call. I'm going to push the right arrow here to change the screen. And now I'm going to push the park key. And that call is gone. It is no longer on my phone. That caller is parked, and if you can see, their light is flashing. So at any phone that has a park key, somebody else can walk up and answer that call. Okay, so somebody that's roaming around could walk over to a phone that's convenient, or they have time to walk back to their desk and go back and pick up that call without it, running to their voicemail or something like that. Okay, to answer it, all you do is push it, and you're going to hear an echo because we're in between, so we're connected now. Okay, so parking calls are very, very easy. Okay. One of the other options on here, you'll notice that there's no shortcut key and there's no soft key on here for Do Not Disturb. So if you would like to use Do Not Disturb, it's super simple. All you have to do is push the star key and hold it for 2 seconds. And on your screen, you'll notice that it says CFN, which is call forward to voicemail. Okay? You'll also notice that up in the left screen, your presence little icon, those little dots that I've been talking about, these green dots down here, your dot is now red with a line through it, and it basically means your phone is busy. So on anybody else's phone that has you as a key on their phone, you will now show up as red, and they know that your phone is busy and you won't be answering calls. Okay? To take it back out of Do Not Disturb, all you do is push it, hold, and it's gone. And now you're back to green again, and people can call you.